So let me ask you something. What if you could have a Hollywood-level visual effects team, a cinematographer, and a director all living right inside your computer? Well, that's pretty much the promise of the latest open-source video model, Wan 2.2. And honestly, it's a total game changer. I mean, just look at this. This isn't some lost footage from a 70s action movie. Nope. This entire gritty, dynamic, cinematic sequence was generated by Wan 2.2 from nothing more than a simple text prompt. The film grain, the color grading, the insane action, that is all AI. Which brings us to the big question, right? How in the world is this possible? How can a model that's totally free, one you can run on a home gaming PC, pump out results that look this good, rivaling the giant closed-off commercial models? Well, it turns out there are 3 secret ingredients. And by the time we're done here, you're going to understand exactly how they work. All right, secret number 1. This isn't about one single giant AI brain trying to do everything at once. Instead, you should think of it more like a creative team working together, a pair of specialists. I like to call them the 2 brains. And this idea is a huge deal for how these models are built. Now, the technical term for this 2 brains approach is a mixture of experts, or MOE. Sounds complicated, I know, but the idea is actually super simple. Instead of having one generalist artist trying to paint a masterpiece from start to finish, you have a team. You've got one expert who's amazing at the big picture, and another who is a master of all the tiny, fine details. This lets the whole system be way more powerful without needing a supercomputer to run it. So here's how that team actually works. Every video starts as pure digital noise. Think of it like a completely blank, staticky canvas. In the early stages, when it's all just chaos, the first expert, we'll call it the director, jumps in. It looks at all that noise and starts sketching out the basic shapes, the flow of motion, the whole vibe of the scene. Then, once that rough sketch is in place, it tags in the second expert, the detail artist. This one comes in and just goes to town, refining everything, adding all the crisp textures, the sharp edges, and the final polish that makes it look real. And just like that, you get it. That's the core idea behind Mixture of Experts. It's a really clever way to divide up the work to get a better result. See? 1 secret down, 2 more to go.
Search Hugging Face Space in your browser or copy it from description. Here, you had access to lots of Edge AI models for free. Search Wan 2.2. There is 5 billion and 14 billion versions. We picked the bidder. They also have MCP servers. If you want to know about MCP servers, watch this video. Copy your prompt, then click on Generate Video. It will use H200 NVIDIA GPUs. You have access to these GPUs 4 minutes each day. Prompt is about a futuristic city in 2099 that have flying cars. Congratulations! Your video is ready to watch and download without any watermarks.
Okay, but even the most brilliant artist is only as good as their training, right? The same goes for AI. And that brings us to our second secret, the incredibly specific, high-quality data that the AI was trained on. It's all about what I call the cinematic diet. So a lot of AI models are trained by just scraping tons and tons of data off the internet. You get the good, the bad, and the really, really blurry. Runway 2.2 did things differently. It was fed a super selective diet of beautiful, cinematic, high-quality footage. You could say it was sent to film school instead of just being forced to watch random cat videos. And this slide just nails that idea. Over on the left, that's the kind of low-quality, blurry, watermarked junk that got systematically tossed out. And on the right, that's the goal. That's the good stuff. Clear, high-quality, cinematic data. This careful curation is absolutely key. And this was no simple task. The team built this really sophisticated pipeline just to filter the data. They had models that would score how good an image looked, automatically find and chop out text and watermarks, and get rid of anything blurry or blown out. And this is crucial, They even trained a model specifically to find and remove other AI-generated images, so the AI wouldn't just be learning from its own weird reflections. In the end, they threw out about half of the data they started with just to get this perfect, pristine training set. So we've got the powerful two-brains system and a cinematic diet. But how in the world do you get all that to run on a home computer? Well, that's where our third and final secret comes in, a ridiculously efficient engine that makes the whole thing possible. Okay, get ready for this number. The single component that makes Win 2.2 so accessible achieves a compression ratio of 4,096 to 1. It can take a massive chunk of video data and shrink it down into something unbelievably tiny for the AI to work on. This little piece of magic is called the Wan 2.2 VAE, and you can just think of it as a super smart video compressor. It takes a full high-def video, squeezes it down into this tiny, abstract version of itself, what AI folks call a latent space, which is way, way easier for the AI to handle. Then, after the AI does its creative work in that tiny space, the VAE steps back in and blows it back up into a beautiful, high-definition final video. And that efficiency makes a huge real-world difference. Look, many of the most powerful models out there are total black boxes. You need a supercomputer or expensive cloud access to even touch them. Meanwhile, Wan 2.2, it can run on a high-end gaming card like an RTX 4090. Its tech is open source, it's out there for everyone to see, use, and build on top of. So, let's put it all together. We've cracked open the 3 secrets that make this thing tick. Now let's talk about the payoff, what this all means for you, for creators, and for the future of AI video. The most important thing to remember is this. It's the combination of these 3 secrets that makes Wan 2.2 so special. The 2 brains give it the creative power, the cinematic diet gives it the good taste, and the efficient engine puts it on your desktop. All 3, working together, deliver that incredible quality we saw at the start, but in a package you can actually download and play with yourself. And we're not just talking about one tool here. The Wan 2.2 family is basically a full creative suite. You've got your standard text to video, sure, but you can also animate a still photo, create a video that syncs to a speech track, and there's even a super efficient hybrid model that handles both text and images. It's an amazing, versatile toolkit. And that's exactly why making Wan 2.2 open source is such a massive deal. It's already being plugged into popular tools the community uses, like Comfy UI. It empowers individual artists and small studios who could never afford a supercomputer. When you make powerful tools like this available to everyone, you basically hit the fast-forward button on innovation for the entire world. So there you have it. We've unpacked the 3 secrets. The 2 brains of the mixture of experts, the hyper-curated cinematic diet, and the hyper-efficient VAE engine. You now know exactly how an AI filmmaker can live inside your computer. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create?